Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. My fellow gamers, my friends, I welcome you wholeheartedly to a full day of fun gameplay streaming. It is a momentous occasion. It is a great day. It is a positive day. No matter what the future brings today, ladies and gentlemen, let today officially, August 8th, 2018, be a day of celebration. Alright, let's all celebrate here together, everyone. And let's talk. Let's talk about why today is such a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, after over 2.5 weeks of uncertainty, of pain, of sadness, depression, honestly, like, it hasn't been a good 2.5 weeks for me. You know, I've been really stressed out. A lot of people have noticed it and said that they've noticed it in some of the content and stuff I've been putting out. And, you know, I did my best to press forward, but in the last 2.5 weeks, my future was completely uncertain as a content creator. 10 years, guys. Next month is my 10-year anniversary as a content creator. Okay? And I was very, 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 very nervous about being able to do it because I lost my monetization rights on my 8-year running channel, DSPGaming. Now, this is a gaming channel on YouTube that for 8 years, okay, 8 freaking years, I have put my blood, sweat, and tears into. Over 50,000 videos. 50,000 videos have been uploaded to DSPGaming over the course of the past 8 years. And, you know, it's very, very, very disheartening when you put that much time and effort into something and then all of a sudden the whole thing kind of falls apart. And you know, it was a big chain reaction of things falling apart. You know, first I knew that my partnership with Curse Networks was going to end. I knew I was going to have to transition into a private, you know, kind of my own advertisements on my YouTube channels. I didn't know if it was going to be a smooth transition. There was no way to tell. And I was already worried about it. You know, I'd already told you guys for the past month and a half, I was really, you know, I was really worried that I was going to be screwed. Here's the thing, and you guys may not realize this, but being with a network on YouTube is a lot safer than going solo. Reason being, number one, some networks provide protections. Like when I was with Machinima, I was under a managed partnership and I didn't have to worry about Nintendo claiming all my ad revenue and stuff like that, okay? In addition, when you're with a network, you make more money. A lot of people may not realize that, all right? But if you're not aware, when you're with a network on YouTube, you make lots more money because there's a certain kind of advertisement that only the networks get. It's the ads that run that are unskippable. Anytime you're watching a video on YouTube and there's an ad playing that's completely unskippable, that's because that person is partnered with the network, okay? When you're by yourself solo, you cannot have those ads. They're only given the networks, all right? Now, those ads, incidentally, are the highest paying ads on YouTube, okay? So I knew that leaving my partnership with Curse and going into, you know, going solo, basically, was going to be a very, very risky venture to begin with. I knew that there was more than likely going to be a large dip in the amount of money that I made on YouTube. But the good news was, things have been going really well in the last couple of months, okay, in regards to streaming. Live streaming here on Twitch has been great. In fact, July has been one of my best months ever for live streaming, which is outstanding because guess what? It was a dead month. I played 0 new releases in July, but July was super productive and, you know, just very successful on Twitch. I had tons of new followers, okay? And I certainly hope that you guys have been enjoying the streams and all of that. And what I was hoping for was, all right, even if I see a dip of income on YouTube because I'm leaving my partnership with Curse and I'm going solo, that the streams will make up for it, which they did. Obviously, in July, with how good July was, it would have more than made up for it. Then all of a sudden, you know, I leave my partnership with Curse, and it says, oh, DSPGaming is demonetized for invalid click activity. Huh? How could I be demonetized for invalid click activity when I wasn't using an AdSense account? How could it have been demonetized? You know what I mean? It didn't make sense. It would have been one thing if there was an AdSense account that was being used or whatever. It's impossible It's impossible this could have even happened. YouTube was no help whatsoever. Tried to get help from them. They claimed they were helping. They didn't. They actually did not significantly help me whatsoever. They claimed that they were trying to forward it to the proper parties, and nothing got done at all. All right? So 2.5 weeks here, I've been sitting here with no ads on DSPGaming. I've been using KO Gaming as my backup, uploading all new gameplay over there. And I adopted a new video format. Okay? I adopted a new video format by which I was uploading much longer videos to KO Gaming. And overwhelmingly, the feedback I got there was very positive. People were saying, Phil, you should have done this a long time ago. We love the longer videos. Now our inboxes are not spammed anymore. And I said, all right, fair enough. You know what? If there was ever a time to change, now is the time. Since all this is going on now anyway, let's make a huge change now during the summer months so when we come back to the new games in the fall, people are used to this new format, okay? And so I did, and people in general seem to really enjoy the longer video formats I've been doing on KO Gaming, all right? But, that being said, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, how I was making, no lie, I was making $10 a day on YouTube. I went from having YouTube be about 30 to 40% of my monthly income to being about, like, I don't even know. It's like minuscule. $10 a day. It's like working 1 hour at a minimum wage job, right? That was very, very disheartening and incredibly risky. And obviously, I was scared to death. I really was. I didn't know what was going to happen. In a couple months here, it might have been a desperate situation, right? Because I'm making no money on YouTube. I don't know what I was going to do. So, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know the full story of what happened, I'm going to tell you right now because it's not even a long one. It's very simple. So 2.5 weeks ago, when DSPGaming got demonetized, I sent an appeal to the AdSense team at Google, and I said, I don't see how you guys could have suspended this for invalid click activity because it wasn't active. It would be one thing if the channel was active. It wasn't. I was under an MCN. I was with Curse Network. It wasn't my advertisements running on the channel. There's no way there could have been invalid click activity. You guys screwed up. Okay? Now, when I did that 2.5 weeks ago, I got a form letter email response that said, well, we reviewed your situation and we can't find that your channel says that it's invalid click activity. If you're sure that this is the case, respond again with your channel ID and we'll look into it. So I did, and this was 2.5 weeks ago, and nothing came of it. I never got another response, nothing. Okay? So this week I got pissed off because at this point YouTube has stopped responding to me. They're not helping me anymore with their customer support. Basically, they've blown me off. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not going to let a 10-year legacy of me being a content creator on the internet possibly be destroyed by a automated, bureaucratic piece of crap company that just has horrendous work practices, and the fact that you can't talk to humans about any issue, and they could just destroy something that you've worked hard on for 8 years just because. Not even a legit reason, just because of an error. I wasn't going to put up with that. So I emailed them again, and I basically said the following. I said, 2.5 weeks ago, I did what you asked. I sent you the information. You never sent me a response. It wasn't like you rejected my appeal to the invalid click activity. You just basically never responded. In my experience, not only as someone who's been in business, who has a business degree, who has a continuous improvement degree, but someone who, has a public presence on the internet, this is unacceptable. I'm not going to let my 10-year legacy be destroyed because you guys are basically lazy and won't give me a response. So I want a response, or else I'm basically just going to blow this up. Okay? And that's what I said in the email. Guess what happened? Within 2 hours of me sending that email, the invalid click activity flag on DSPGaming was removed. And then within about another hour, which actually happened during last night's stream, monetization was restored to the channel. So, literally nothing that I did listening to YouTube helped at all. Oh, just sit and wait for the AdSense team to get back to you, and when they finally do respond, then we'll go to the next step. I literally would have been sitting here forever. I would have been sitting here forever, waiting for a response and never getting one. So, I now know that literally going to YouTube support is completely worthless at this point, The only time they've ever helped me is when YouTube erroneously entertained false copyright strikes last year, and then they reversed them. But outside of that, every time I've gone to them, they've never helped me. All they do is they blow smoke up your butt, and they try to pretend like they're helping you. But in reality, they don't know anything either. Like, they literally don't know. Half the time, I figure stuff out for myself. So I see no reason to even waste time with them anymore. I'm serious. Like, it was just... How many times have we done an IRL stream where I jump in the chat with them and they give me no information that's going to help, right? Okay. So that being said, we're at the point where, YouTube is the past. I've said this a million times. YouTube is the past. YouTube is not going to be something where I feel like I'm going to grow, all right? YouTube is a really messed up business. We all know this, but I realize that I have a large viewer base still remaining to this day on YouTube. Thousands of people who check out my stuff on YouTube, who cannot make the streams or who cannot watch the stuff on Twitch due to the fact that Twitch has a very high bandwidth limitation. Okay? So, in that regard, I understand that there's still people who for years have been my fans and viewers. They want to keep watching my stuff, and that's why I'm putting up with YouTube. All right? That's kind of the way I'm looking at it moving forward. I have to put up with them in order to help some people out who've helped me out over the years. All right. But that being said, guys, it's very simple. Thank God, but, monetization has been returned to DSP Gaming. Advertisements have returned to the channel, and effective immediately, I will begin to upload over there again. So here's how it's going to go. All right. KO Gaming, for 2.5 weeks was a great place to upload videos. And the good news is it's a backup channel. So if I ever want to have a channel where I need to upload stuff, you know what I mean, in the future, I know where I can go, right? I know that's a good place where I can go and it'll be safe. It'll be okay, a backup place. But for now, I see no reason to continue using KO Gaming when DSP Gaming is back. That's the main channel that has over 100,000 subs, That's the channel where I know I'm going to get the views, primarily. So here's the deal. I am going to upload a couple more videos to KO Gaming. What is it going to be? It's going to be the conclusion to Eternal Darkness and the conclusion to Persona 5, both of which I'm hoping to do tonight, okay? But everything else is going to go back on DSP Gaming. However, all gameplay videos from now on will adopt the longer format, meaning every video that I upload to DSP Gaming is going to be long. Today I'm going to be playing Night in the Woods. Probably only 2 videos. One will be 2 hours long and the other one will be 2 hours long. Okay? This is what people have asked for years. This is what people have wanted for years. And this is what you're going to get. Now, it's a risky venture. I mean, I'm being very honest with you guys right now. It's very risky for me to do this because already I know I'm going to be earning less money than I was with Curse Network or any other network just because I'm not going to get those unskippable ads that pay the most. And then in addition, now I'm doing a longer video format, excuse me. Now, how does it work? Basically, let's say a 2-hour video plays on YouTube. Well, typically, from what I've seen, it gets about 7 ads. So if you watch the entirety of that video, okay, you'll watch 7 advertisements over the length of that video. And so, good, right? Okay, that helps me out, obviously. But does that mean that video, would that have been 7 separate videos if I'd split it up? It's 2 hours, so you figure each video is between 10 and 15 minutes long. Let's say each video was 15 minutes, right? So that would have been, what, like over 100 to 110 minutes? So, see what I mean? Like, there may have been some potential here where if I do these longer videos that I actually am shooting myself in the foot and will be making less money overall. But here's what I'm hoping for, okay? Here's what I'm really hoping for, all right? I'm hoping that overall, because of this change that I'm making to DSP Gaming, because the videos will be longer, for the first time ever, people will come to the channel and say, holy shit, Phil has actually listened, Phil has changed for the better. I can now subscribe to DSP Gaming, and I will not have my inbox flooded. I mean, at most, let me give you guys an example. At most, probably in one day, you'll get 4 videos from DSP Gaming. You'll get the pre-stream video, the 2 gameplay videos from my earlier stream, okay? And then you'll get the late night stream video. So that's 4 videos. That's the most you'll get in a day. versus it used to be, oh, the first stream was 10 to 15 videos, then the second stream was, 10 videos, so you'd get like 25, 30 videos, now down to 4, okay? I seriously am hoping, all right, that this will create actual growth for the channel when it comes to subscribers, and maybe people will finally realize, oh, Manfield, is now changing for the better, and they'll come check stuff out. Because I think one of the major reasons that was a turnoff was that I had shorter videos, And by the way, again, I didn't want to do that. I actually had longer videos for a while, for about 2 years before 2017 in the Adpocalypse day. I had shorter videos, but I was instructed at the time by Machinima that it was a terrible thing, that I needed to get my engagement percentages up, and therefore I needed to make shorter videos. So I did for a year and a half, but now I've basically had enough of that shit, okay? So I'm going to do longer videos. So here's the thing, that today is a huge day, because number one, monetization is back, all right, on DSPGaming. I'm excited to see what happens here. I'm very excited to see how this works out in regards to DSPGaming. I'm going to do longer videos on DSPGaming. So it's basically a new era for YouTube. I really do feel like today is almost like a reset. Today is a reset button. Today is like a new beginning kind of feeling for me, okay? And boy, was there ever a good time for this to happen? Because ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to hit new releases. For the first time in over a month, I'm going to start playing new releases in just a couple of days here. So if ever there was a good time for this to happen, now is the time. So thank goodness that all this came together when it did, okay? I'm very, very excited. Okay? So thank you guys. Well, here's what I really need to say to you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the support, for the positivity, for not giving up. I didn't give up. I was being very, very stubborn and obstinate. I'm like, man, it looks terrible right now. The future looks bad. I'm going to make no money on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to make enough money on Twitch to make up for it. I'm very nervous, and now at the very least, all right, even though it looks like, I don't know what I'm going to make on YouTube moving forward. I have no idea, I have zero idea what kind of profit I'm going to make on YouTube now without a network. The first time I've ever been on YouTube without a network. Going solo is a very, very uncertain thing, and it makes me nervous, okay? But at least it's better than nothing. I had nothing for 2.5 weeks. Now I feel a lot better, and I know at least I'll be bringing in some stuff. Finally, I'll be bringing in the money from the backlog of videos on DSPGaming, thank God. That I'll now be doing that. 8 years of work for 2.5 weeks, I got nothing out of it. Ridiculous, right? Now I'll start getting that again, which is great. So, yeah, pretty excited for the future. Now, that doesn't mean, just because YouTube is now restored, doesn't mean anything about streams. Like, streams are going to stay the same. We're going to keep having fun every single day here, guys. Like, this is to stay. Like I said, Twitch is what I love to do. Twitch is the future. The interactivity I have with you guys, I wouldn't give up for the world. And this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for a living. This is what I want to do as a content creator. I want to put out fun, interactive entertainment for you. So it's not like, oh, well, now DSPGaming is back, so let's go back to the old style. Fuck that. Like I said, YouTube, sadly, is the past. And, in moving forward, in the future, if, there is an opportunity to try something else outside of YouTube, i.e., if Amazon ever gets their on-demand video service launched, I will be looking to use it and see how it works out. Because at this point, the way I've stayed pertinent is always staying on the cusp of the new technology. When I first started on YouTube, I was one of the very few people who was doing live reactionary commentary over raw gameplay, long play style Let's Plays with kind of improv comedy. Then later on, I adopted direct capture. Then I adopted live streaming. Then I adopted interactive live streaming. I have to say, on the cusp of whatever's new and hot. That's how I'm going to stay ahead of the curve. So if and when a new site appears to rival YouTube, I will be trying it out. I have to at this point. So there you go. I mean, in the past, I was one that was slow to act. Now I need to start being someone who listens, someone who takes in all of your advice, who takes in all of your suggestions, and tries to improve positively for the future. That's kind of the person I want to be. It's funny because here's a perfect example of how I've changed over the years. Last night, Cowchop, who used to be a different group of gamers on the internet, but basically they did a retrospective video where they went back and watched some of their older streams. Well, there was one time, now this was years ago, I think it was like 2013, okay, when I was live streaming on Twitch, and someone came in to my stream and said, oh, Phil, the reason that no one's watching your stream is because these guys over here are playing SpongeBob, and it's a huge popular stream on Twitch right now. Now, back then, I was an ignorant idiot. I'll admit it. I was an ignorant idiot. I was very obstinate. I felt like my shit didn't stink, and no matter what I did was better than everyone else's, no matter what. And because of that, I made a statement, oh, well, we know where all the smart people on the internet are today, watching stupid fucking SpongeBob over there with those jokers, you know, while here I'm trying to play a fun game and no one's paying attention. How stupid and how annoying, right? I believe, actually, this was the summer of retro. If I remember correctly, it was the summer of retro when I was playing retro games, and I was very frustrated that I couldn't get people to come out to the streams. So I made a very ignorant statement, you know? I made a very, very ignorant, stupid statement back then, okay? And that, you know, that I would equate that statement to back in the day when people would say to me, Phil, what do you think of Minecraft and stuff? And I would very stupidly, uneducatedly make dumb, negative comments about Minecraft and the people who played it, having no frame of reference and no knowledge about the game. I was an idiot, all right? I openly admit that now. I can look back at my past self and say, man, what a dumbass. I can understand why people over the years don't like that guy because he was an asshole. But you know what? Today, that's not me anymore. To me, I say, you know what? What you watch or what you like may not be my cup of tea or what I like, but that's okay. It's okay to like other stuff. It's okay to be different and have a variety of opinions. As long as you guys still enjoy coming back and hanging out with me when you get a chance, I don't care what else you watch. I don't care if you think something else is better. That's kind of my new attitude. But you see what I mean? Like, I really do feel that I've changed for the positive, and I am trying every day to become a better person and push forward positively, you know? And I actually admitted this on Twitter last night because someone in a Cowchop, like I said, they were doing this retrospective video, and they posted it up, and someone sent it to me and said, oh, Phil, look, they're making fun of you. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough, they should. I was an idiot. Who am I to say that someone shouldn't be watching someone else on a stream play a game just because it's SpongeBob? And the thing is, people have told me over the years, Phil, you see, you don't understand, that SpongeBob game is actually really good, and people have asked me to play it. And now that I'm much more open-minded, and I've played games like Minecraft and Persona and Yakuza and all these franchises, right, that previously I didn't understand, I had no knowledge of, and these past few years I've really opened my mind to be a more open-minded person who would try things that are outside of my comfort zone. I say, holy shit, man, what a dumbass I was to say the things I said and to do the nasty stuff I did in the past, right? So, quite frankly, I honestly, today, I feel like today is a day of rejuvenation. Like I said, I feel like we're hitting the reset button, right, with positivity. That's what I want to do. I want to make today the first day moving forward being crazy positive. Let's feel good about the future. Let's say the future's bright. YouTube's working again. You know, the hardcore gaming season is right around the corner. This Friday, we start with our first slew of major new releases that are going to push us into this marathon for the end of the year of all this new content. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I want to say is thank you guys for your positivity and basically supporting me at a time these past few weeks when I was at a low, in my opinion. I really do feel like emotionally I was at a low, not knowing what was going to happen. I want to feel positive about the future. I want to make the streams better than ever so you guys will come out and enjoy them and be supportive so Twitch will continue to grow. I want my YouTube to at least be there for those who can't watch the streams. You know what I mean? Like, this is the future now for me, and the future looks bright in my opinion, okay? I do. I actually feel that way. All right. So all that being said, guys, thank you very much. That's the deal. Thank you. Now, I could go into a giant lengthy plug segment. I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to very briefly touch upon the things that you can do to support the stream and keep me going. But I think you guys at this point know them. Number one, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/darksidephil. When you pledge to my Patreon, you earn fun perk levels. The best perk level, in my opinion, is the $5 one, where you get to nominate and vote on games for events. This month, if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon, you'll be nominating and voting for indie games for an upcoming Indie Games Marathon event. But there's many other perks you can check out as well. They're very positive. Check them out. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. And thanks to anyone who is a supporter there already. There's a new Teespring line of merch. You can check it out. You've already seen the plugs here on the pre-stream. They've been playing the entire time I've been talking. My 10th anniversary line of merch just launched. And anything that you buy there obviously helps me out, but you get a cool collectible as well. By the way, I just get a positive update that I'm supposed to be getting. I ordered 3 of the 10th anniversary shirts myself. I'm supposed to be getting them by this weekend. So as early as this weekend, I may be wearing some of this 10th anniversary stuff in video in streams, so you guys can see firsthand what it looks like. Okay, so please give it a look, my Teespring shop, and thanks to anyone who buys anything. You guys are awesome and you're helping me out. Here's the ad for it right now. Actually, thank you very much. If you're here live on the stream, if you guys cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a shout out during the stream. Okay, just try to please remain positive. Please don't bring up negative stuff. Don't bring up detractor stuff. Don't bring up drama and nonsense in this stream. There's no need for it at all. Okay, and please try not to derail the stream with things that like politics, religion, or things you know are going to cause controversy. This is a fun interactive gameplay stream. It's not meant to be a drama stream, and I don't want it to be a drama stream. Okay, so thanks for that. And if you want to get visual recognition for any contributions today, if you cheer 50 bits or more in one cheer, or if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button, that will appear after, or if you tip me $5 or more in one tip, there'll be an animation that'll play on the stream as a way to say thanks. Okay, in addition, at the top of your screen you guys see the stream stats leaderboard, which I'm going to start updating momentarily. For those who contribute with either cheer, subs, or tips, I will update that. Okay, and so you have a chance to be the top cheerer or top tipper and get up there on the leaderboard, which is pretty sweet, right? Subscribing to the channel helps tremendously. You get access to all of our fun emotes here on the channel. You also get a chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. Many people are actually coming up on their 2-year badge, by the way. And you don't have to watch advertisements. Every once in a while I'll run an ad, usually about twice a stream. You won't have to watch those. So lots of benefits to that, okay? Last but not least, if you guys really want to help me out the most, the best way to help me right now is to tip me, because tipping, I get those funds right away, which allows me to put those towards bills. And right now, I'm basically inundated with bills coming in, and I have to pay them all right away. So if you tip me, it helps me the best. How do you tip me? Number one, if you look below my stream, there's a button that says Tip Jar. If you click on that button, it'll take you to my PayPal tips page where you can leave a tip anonymously, or you can leave a name and a message if you want a shout out. Or if you don't see that Tip Jar button, type in !tip into the stream chat. All right? That will bring up the command. You click on that command, boom, then you can leave a tip via that method. Fair enough? All right, guess what? I just finished the plugs in record time. So now what we can do, we can move on and we can get to shout-outs. For those of you who've been very positive and contributing to the stream this morning, that's what I want to focus on. Let's get to the positivity, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's start with the shout-outs. Let me scroll all the way down here. First of all, a few people who actually were cheering before the stream even started. We had Android X who cheered and said, "I'm so happy about the good news. Just saw your tweet. Here's to 10 more years." Thank you, Android. John cheered and said, "Ready for the stream. Loving the positivity." And shout out to Kekken for talking about League of Legends during his stream and being a good dude. Then he cheered again. He said, "I'm working my first week. What was your first job and how many hours did you work your first week?" "I'm working 17 hours on Saturday, 8 to 5. Is that bad, good, mixed, or trash?" Oh, wait a minute. He's saying he's working 17 hours, but on Saturday he's working 8 to 5. Is that good, mixed bag, or trash? I read that completely wrong. My first job ever was in a fast food. I worked in a food court at a place that was supposed to be a health food store in the 1990s. It was called Everything Yogurt and Salad Cafe. And what it was handmade fresh chopped salads, smoothies, frozen yogurt, sodas, drinks, like a soda bar. But then later on, we added things such as fresh bread and also panini sandwiches and soups and all kinds of stuff, okay? I worked there for quite a long time. I started out in high school when I was 15 years old working there, and I worked there all the way through, like, early college days. So, on and off for about 4 or 5 years, that was my job and my source of income. When I first started working there, I'm pretty sure it was part-time, and I only worked, like, 2 days a week. So probably 2 days a week for a shift, on the weekends or whatever. But later on, I ended up working there like a lot of hours, especially during the summertime. I would be there all the time making tons of money. So that was how I kind of financed my Street Fighter endeavors back then. When I used to travel, I used to go to places like, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Eventually, I went to places like California, Texas, Chicago, playing Street Fighter. And I financed all that by working this job, okay? Hours, I couldn't tell you when I first started, but, you know, first job's a good thing. It gets you a lot of experience. It lets you realize how the real world is. And when you finally start earning your first real money and you realize you can actually afford to do stuff, you feel good about yourself. You know, and you should. Hard work, you know, earning, it's all a big part of life. And it's a big change from being just someone who goes to school or work or hangs out with friends. And the next thing you know, you're actually earning money that could go significantly towards something, right? So congratulations on your first job, and I hope you have a good time. All right. Now, moving on positively to those who cheered, subbed, or tipped when the stream started. We've got Eternal Napalm who cheered. He said, dude, congratulations on having DSP Gaming escape the abyss of YouTube. Things always work themselves out. Obi-Wan Kenobi did an 85-bit cheer, and he says, congrats on DSP Gaming. Thank you very much, Obi-Wan. Nesif did a 100-bit cheer. It said, did Google cave? Not that Google caved at all. I don't think they caved. I just think they are such a slow-moving company because everything is automated that a lot of the times they just don't care. You'll send them appeals that they screwed up. You made an error, fix it, and they won't care. All right, 2.5 weeks for whoever works at AdSense to realize, oops, this was a goof on our behalf. We should fix it. I basically had to threaten them with letting them know that I was going to lose everything, go out of business, and basically have to expose on social media what's going on and basically make a big case out of it. And then they fix it. They reverse their decision. You know, it's like, well, why do I have to go to that extent? 2.5 weeks ago, I sent you what you wanted, and you ignored it. Then 2.5 weeks later, I have to threaten you in order to get a response. It's stupid. But that's how they are. They're a big, bloated company. They've got a bajillion cases coming in every day of things that they fucked up. And that's just the reason that it's a big mess, you know? I don't think they caved. I just think they needed a kick in the ass, and they got one, and they finally fixed it. So, there you have it. But thank you for the cheer. Crazy Dream did a 100-bit cheer. He says, alive and kicking, damn straight. John Cook cheered. He says, I asked the Twitch staff member if my name is appropriate. They said, yes, now you have to say my full name. Well, actually, John, I'm probably not going to say your full name all the time. But, you know, there you go. RFHC5 did a 255-bit cheer, making him the cheerleader for today. Let's get him up on the leaderboard here. And he says, DSP Gaming is back. Hooray. Yes, it is. Well, not to say that it was gone. It was still there, right? It was still there. But, you know, we're in a situation where I couldn't monetize, and so the future was dire, and I didn't know what was going to happen, and we got it back. So, there you go. Very nice. Thank you, RFHC. Android cheered again. He says, long videos are great, Phil. Now I can sub to DSP Gaming. Before it was too much of my sub box to sub. I get the feeling, once people start seeing the length of the videos on DSP Gaming are going to be much longer, that's exactly what they're going to say. Because this is what people have said for years to me, that they wanted longer videos. And you know what? I did do longer videos. Like I said, it was the years of 2015 into 2016. I actually lengthened my videos from 10-15 minutes to around an average of 30 to 45 minutes. So my videos did get significantly longer back then. But that was when the YouTube adpocalypse happened and all the bullshit fell out in early 2017, and I went back to square one, basically. So now seems like a good opportunity, all right, to change things for the better, and I'm looking forward to the future. Mr. Papavera just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Mr. Papavera, for the sub. Appreciate that. Crazy Wheelchair User Rob just tipped me $10 and says, first a sub, now a tip. Let's keep rolling, baby. All right, let's get Rob up there as the first tip of the day. There you go. Thank you. Oops, where'd the R go? Stupid wireless keyboard. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Rob, for the first tip of the day. Appreciate that very much, Rob. Good to have you on stream. Pika Tits has subscribed for the 21st month in a row, coming up on their second anniversary almost, right? We're coming up this November. It's going to be when people hit that 2-year anniversary. So thank you very much, Pika Tits, for the long-running support. Eternal Napalm cheered. He says, dude, try not to delete all of your save files today, Kappa. If you don't know what Eternal Napalm's talking about, last night I was in the end game of Eternal Darkness, and one of the things that the game does to fuck with you and break the fourth wall, it pretends like it's deleting all your save files, and it did it to me last night. I said, okay, save game, and it said, deleting all, and then it even shows all files erased on the screen. You're like, what? And then all of a sudden it laughs at you. The game actually laughs at you. And then it restores everything because it's saying, oh, it was fake. You know, we were just fucking with you. That's one of the ways the game breaks the fourth wall. So, That one got me really fucking good. I bid it. Hook, line, and sinker, I believed it. I thought that was happening. And then it restored it. I was like, oh my god. So, all right, good reference there, Eternal Napalm. Thanks for the cheer. Faith in 131 did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, cheers on the great news. I still watch quite a bit of your content on YouTube rather than Twitch, so I'm glad that it'll be able to continue. Well, thank you, Faith in, for the 100-bit cheer. Thank you for the support. And as I said, I am well aware that many people who are longtime supporters of myself and my content, okay, watch on YouTube because they can't watch on Twitch. Either they can't be here for the live streams when I'm streaming because they have work or school or just a life. They can't be here all the time, you know. Or a lot of people, as I said, for where they live, they don't have great bandwidth or they don't have great internet. And so when they try to watch on Twitch, they say, man, watching on Twitch is impossible. Just buffers constantly. And, you know, on YouTube, at least I can lower the quality and I can watch it, you know, at a better pace. So yeah, I don't want to abandon YouTube. Even when I was making nothing, I still didn't abandon it, you know. I was still uploading KO Gaming. So, okay. Obi-Wan Kenobi cheer. Thank you, Obi-Wan Kenobi, for the cheer. Murdoch just tipped me $50. Wow. All right, well, Murdoch, let me first of all get you up there as the top tipper for today. Thank you very much, Murdoch. A very generous tip. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And Murdoch says the following. Hold on, let me get this centered. There we go. He says... Now it's centered. Okay. He says, cheers for getting the situation with DSPGaming finally resolved. I just got my tax returns. I thought I'd share a bit. Keep on being awesome. Well, thank you, Murdoch, for that. I really do appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Android cheered. He says, does this great news mean you no longer need to choose from the two bad decisions? Well, here's the thing. The future's, as I said, the future is uncertain. Because I don't know what's going to happen. Now, yeah, did I get advertisements back on DSPGaming? Yes. Am I going to resume uploads there? Yes. Am I going to do longer videos? Yes. These are all things that are potentially good. But I know from the get-go, I'm going to be making less money than I did when I was with Curse or with Machinima. Because I'm not going to get those longer, unskippable ads anymore. And those paid the most, all right? Now, we are heading into the busiest gaming season of the year, and typically around September, October is when there's a giant spike in revenue on YouTube anyway. So maybe artificially in the next couple of months, things will be good. But what I'm nervous about is long term. What I'm really nervous about here is between the streams on Twitch being as good as they've been, which has been tremendously good, combined with whatever I'm going to make on YouTube, which is literally a big question mark. It could be good, it could be bad. I have no idea what's going to happen. Plus, guys, I mean, let's face it, at this point, I think we all realize now YouTube is a complete uncertainty. At any point, it could be taken away from me, right? At any point in time, YouTube could just be pulled out from under me no matter what. I could do nothing wrong. Like I did here, I did absolutely nothing wrong in this situation with AdSense. The invalid click activity was not correct. It was an error by the AdSense team, and they fucked up and fixed their error, but it took them 2.5 weeks. At any time, someone can make a mistake or screw me over, and YouTube could go away. So the bottom line is that nothing is really consistent. Okay, it's not. And it makes me very, very nervous about the future. What's going to happen? Now, there's other factors behind the scenes that I don't talk about that much. There's still taxes and other stuff, and I'm not going to bother you guys with that stuff, okay? But the bottom line is maybe I might still have to make a bad decision. You know what I mean? I don't know. The thing is, I'm not going to bother you guys with that shit. As long as the streams are going good, YouTube's going smoothly, everything's going good here, I'm not going to bother you with the behind-the-scenes stuff unless there's another dire situation coming up where I do need support or help for some reason. I'll let you guys know. But like I said, my attitude starting today, be positive, move forward positively. We've hit the reset button. We've cleared the issues. Let's just move forward now through the summer, through all these new releases that are going to be coming out into the fall gaming season, into the good times. Let's have fun together. That's my attitude. If anything changes and I need to let you guys know, I'll let you know. But let's move forward positively and hope for the best. And that's the best we can all do, right? That's the best we can all do. There's no reason to dwell on what's going to happen so negative or whatever. Let's just keep moving forward positively, all right? All right, Concrete Casket just cheered on behalf of Derek. Derek says, I want to know, is it true that you saw Eddie Edwards wrestling live at a Ring of Honor taping? Right now in TNA, he's a tweener, a heel attacking Tommy Dreamer, and a face attacking Austin Aries. Do you like tweeners in wrestling? I know nothing about TNA. I haven't watched it in years at all, and I have no interest in watching it. WWE consumes enough of my time to not be watching other wrestling federations. Tweeners are always interesting. When you look at someone like Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was the classic tweener, he was the anti-hero. Everyone cheered for him and loved him, even though he basically attacked everyone and said, don't trust anyone, right? He was never allied with anyone when he was his classic character. So, yeah, tweeners can work if written properly. Then, because sometimes you can have a tweener that's just really poorly written. It's stupid. No one cares, you know? So, yeah, there you go. The Honest Troll cheered. And basically, he's referencing some negative guys from the you-know-what community. I don't know why he is saying this, because I don't pay attention to them. So I thank you, Honest Troll, for the chip. For the chip. Thanks for the chips. They're delicious. But outside of the chips that you sent me, thank you for the cheer. But I'm not going to address what you said because I don't want them to have any more attention than they deserve. They don't deserve any, so there you go. Floppy Donkey Sausage cheered and said, who would win in a fight, Positive Phil or Meanie King of Hate Phil? I don't know because they're the same person. But what I would say is the person who, me of the past, was a very toxic. Toxic is the best way to describe Phil of the past because I was someone who had a following. I was someone who had momentum. And I used that momentum, sadly, in a lot of cases to misspeak about big subjects. Like, again, like Minecraft, I still to this day feel like an idiot for the stuff I said about Minecraft. Because when I finally played the game and understood it, I was like, wow, I'm a complete asshole for the stuff that I said in the past, right? And I really do feel like, sadly, you know, I will always be kind of disliked for the stuff that I did in the past, even though I have made an active effort to change better positively for the future. And I don't think there's anything that can be done about that. People on the internet never forget, right? And it's not like those videos don't exist. They do. All the stuff that I said is still live on the internet. I never went back and removed it or anything. But I'm doing my best, you know, like I said, to learn, to move forward positively, and to basically not become that person again. And it's hard because sometimes when things are going bad and, you know, you get a ton of shit that's piled on top of you and you're feeling down, you don't know what the future may hold. Sometimes I go back to that way, being negative and being a dick and everything. The other day I was so angry. I was playing Street Fighter. I was so frustrated at everything going on, and I was raging at the player I was fighting, and I was just so angry. And it wasn't because of the game. It was because of all the shit around me that I couldn't control, right? And sometimes it comes out on a stream, and I apologize for that when it does, because I don't want that, guys, you know? I want this to be fun and happy and entertaining and interesting and funny. I don't want to be that negative guy all the time. I don't, but sometimes it just gets to me, you know? So apologies for that. All right, let's continue on. Sendy did a 30-bit tier talking about the Logan Paul KSI boxing match that I don't give two shits about, so I'm not going to pay attention to it. But thank you for the cheer regardless. Mr. Papavera did a 2100-bit cheer. That makes you the top cheerer for today, Mr. Papavera. Let's get you up on the leaderboard here. Here we go. Oops. Thank you very much for that. What the fuck? How do I do this backwards and shit? Mr. Now there's two R's. Mr. Papavera. Okay, I finally fucking got it. Jeez. So again, thank you, Mr. Papavera, for the top cheer for today. Appreciate that. And he says, congrats, Phil, on getting your channel restored. It's also nice that Twitch put their foot down on the channels that only spread negativity and don't offer valuable content. I agree. Twitch is actually changing for the better. Twitch is actually enforcing their new terms of service positively against the right people. And now you're seeing those toxic elements being removed. And that's great. You know, streams on Twitch should be fun. They should be interactive. They should be exciting. They should be, you want to come out and relax and have fun with someone, right? Not, let's go insult someone for 3 straight hours, right? There's different kinds of stuff, and that's not productive content. That's garbage. That's drama. That's toxic, immoral, nasty content that advertisers, by the way, don't want to be associated with, which is probably why Twitch is weeding it out to begin with. So, good on Twitch for doing the right thing, and thank you, Mr. Papavera, for the support. Okay. YOLO Dopper cheered. He says, hey, Phil, back when you worked at Best Buy, I'm sure they were making hand-over-fist money. It's weird how they try to pay their workers as low as possible. I know nothing about that. I know nothing about pay grades or whatever in the retail. I know nothing about the profitability of companies. I mean, in the modern era today, they're probably far worse off because, let's face it, you know, but when I worked in retail was the mid-2000s, you know. Now, internet, online sales have taken over almost everything. So I can't imagine what kind of profit margins they're turning at a place like Best Buy anymore, you know? Okay. Ziggy Piggy did a cheer defending Google, saying that they service over hundreds of millions of accounts and they're doing something no one's ever done before, and you should be easier on them. Yes, let me be easy on a company that could have destroyed my 10-year legacy, taken away my living, my livelihood, because of an error. Not because I did something wrong, because they fucked up. That's the core thing we need to focus on here today, guys. I didn't do anything wrong. My channel lost monetization because someone did something wrong on their end and then took 2.5 fucking weeks to act on it. You know? Anyone else, if I worked at any job on the planet and I made a major mistake and it took me 2.5 weeks to correct the mistake, I would be fired. But not at Google. At Google, this is a regular occurrence. And the other worst part about it, there's no one to talk to fix the issue. Not once did I get to speak with a human and say, hey, person who works at AdSense, you guys screwed up. Please fix it. You're killing me here. You could put me out of business and make me lose everything, right? And people basically say, you know, oh, well, they're just too big. Well, that's their fault. I didn't tell Google, I didn't tell YouTube to grow at an exponential rate to the point where they didn't plan for it, didn't hire enough employees, didn't prepare, and now their entire company is a shitstorm because they don't have enough to handle the capacity. That's their fault. Not mine, not yours, not anyone's, but theirs as a company, and they're the ones who need to be held responsible and need to fix their own shit. We shouldn't be the ones who get punished or feel the negative effects of them growing too big and them not being able to handle what they fucking signed up for. So, stop being an apologist to this company. They need to improve. If we don't demand improvement, they never will improve. Okay? They call me Jim Bob says 3 cheers for Mitch, hip hip hooray. No, how about 3 boos for Mitch, boo boo kachoo, because guess what? He didn't help me at all. Literally not a single thing Mitch did fix this situation. It was all me. It was 100% me having the initiative. So there you go. The Paradox just cheered and said, I love you, no homo. Well, thank you, The Paradox. Appreciate that cheer. John cheered and said, positivity incoming. Woo! That's right. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling great for the future. And that's how I think we should all approach it. Moving on, all right? I got an anonymous dollar tip. It says, Smash Ultimate is looking really good so far. 9 new characters have been announced, 3 new modes, 103 stages, another mode, and more characters still to be announced. It's packed with awesome-looking content. Yes, I would say this. A big difference from what we saw back in June when Nintendo first presented Smash. Today we got a Nintendo Direct that showed a bunch of new content, right? I think it announced 4 new characters, at least. One of them was his name? King... Oh, God, I forgot his name. King Cool or King Kula, who is the... no, King K. Rool, right? Who is the major villain of the Donkey Kong Country series. We've got Simon Belmont from Castlevania, amongst others, you know, others coming in. And yeah, apparently this is going to have the most stages of any Smash game. Apparently they're adding a bunch of modes. And here's the good news. It looks like someone like me who doesn't necessarily want to be into the competitive nature of the game may still like it because it looks like there's going to be a lot of content to play. Even if it's not just about the competitive game, you can actually play these other modes and have fun with the game, right? So honestly, I'm actually now starting to feel better about Smash. I actually am. Okay? I'm starting to feel more positive and better about Smash. And previously I was like, I don't really care. I'm actually starting to get excited now. So, that's a good thing. You know, that's really, Smash is the smallest, well, excuse me, it's the last, is what I meant to say, release of the year. Then we've got, you know, December, which is usually a dry month. Smash is really the last major release. I'm actually starting to get excited for it now. All right. So let's see what happens. All righty. All right. Ripley Atomic cheered. Says favorite walking simulator so far. I'm in the mood to watch one on your channel. Oh man, my favorite walking simulator. I would probably say the most recent one that comes to memory was the one last year. Oh god, I always forget the name of this one. This was the one where it was the girl went to her family's house and experienced all these stories of her different family members that had lived in the house and passed away. I can't remember the name of it. What Remains of Edith Finch? Is that it? I think that's it. What Remains of Edith Finch? That's probably my most recent one that I liked the most of. But scary games, okay. PT, that's a good one. Obviously, everyone loved that one. Another good one, Gone Home. That was really the original one that I played. And I was like, wow, this game was actually really good. And everyone's like, this game's just a walking simulator. But I actually liked Gone Home. And a lot of people to this day say that they think Gone Home is one of my best playthroughs. Firewatch as well. Firewatch, which was just a couple years ago. That was another entertaining one, okay? So there you go. Go check them out. Lots of them. And by the way, they're all on DSPGaming. Very nice. Okay. Shout out to Android, who says, you made it sound like one of the bad decisions was stop paying your condo mortgage. Be careful if you do this. When your credit tanks, all your loan and card and APRs can skyrocket and screw you. Oh, I'm well aware. Android, listen, I'm well aware of what would, when your credit score tanks, basically what happens is anyone that you have a loan with a variable rate or a credit card with a variable rate will contact you and say one of two things. Either, well, your credit tanked, so we're now going to ridiculously raise your interest rate, okay? To which case, what you can actually do is decline. And what you have to do is you have to call them and say, well, here's what I'm doing. I reject your interest rate increase. Instead, I'm just closing my account and I'm going to pay it off and I'm never using it again. So that's one option, right? Or you could just say, okay, I accept the credit rate increase, which is going to be insane, especially if you have a balance on it, right? So, yeah, not a good situation. There's a lot. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to give you guys the details, but there's certain things that I'm thinking about and considering that I may have to do in the near future. I'm hoping now that I will be starting generating ad revenue from YouTube again, and hopefully it'll be significant. I doubt it's going to be as much as I was making with the network, but now that I'm more positively focused on streams, you guys are being very supportive on the streams. Hopefully between everything we can make ends meet and things will work out in the long run. Because right now I actually found out my credit score has actually gone up in the last 2 years, which is a good thing. And it means that maybe there's a few other options open to me that maybe I didn't think were possible. I don't know yet, nothing confirmed, but maybe moving forward in there will be a better opportunity than what I was thinking. I don't know. Anyway, it's not nothing anything you guys got to worry about right now. Like I said, if stuff changes, if stuff happens, I'll let you guys know. For now, let's be positive and move forward positively and just focus on that, okay? Okay. John cheered again. He says, you're not toxic, you're hardworking like us. We'll always be here for you. Thank you, John. October cheered. He says, you know what? The old you kind of sucked, but I came here last October almost sort of as a joke. I was glad to see you were sort of chill. Keep up the positivity. It really works in my opinion. Well, thank you, Octoa. See, I love feedback like this. I do. Because it's tough when there's a negative stigma attached to you on the internet, and it's something that the majority of people believe, and then they go, oh, because, they saw the montage of times when Phil was a piece of shit. I'll openly tell you there's times that I've been a piece of shit. I know that. I try not to do it often. You guys got to realize now I'm streaming, what? Anywhere between 6 to 8 hours a day, every single day. And out of that, what? A moment of weakness every once in a while. You know what I mean? I want to stay positive. I want to be positive. I want to be a positive person. And I want to move forward positively always. And I want to improve and I want to be better. It's a big step for me to see something, like I said, that cow chop tweet, and then someone bringing it up with me. And, the old Phil would have said, well, fuck those guys, those pieces of shit, being negative to me and insulting me. Instead, I look at it like, yeah, you know what? They're calling me out for something stupid I did in the past. I admit it, but I've changed now, and hopefully a lot of people see that, That's kind of the new attitude that I've had the past couple of years. Excuse me. All right. Cindy Cheers says, what's the story behind you and the glasses? I have no idea. What story? I don't know what you mean. This is just fan art. I don't know what your story. There's no story behind anything, I don't think. Excuse me. Android Charity says, Phil, you seemed pissed the night you finished Persona 5. You didn't read some of my cheers. I felt I was getting grouped in with the trolls because I was there, but maybe you were just upset. No, that night was just insane. You saw... oh, my God. Trying to clear my throat here. That night was insane. We had a bunch of trolls in the stream chat. We didn't have any real mods. And so here I was, not only trying to finish up the most difficult gameplay portion of Persona 5, but while I was doing it, I was juggling these trolls, right? And trying to moderate the stream chat so that it was manageable for those who were there and were actually fans of me playing Persona 5 versus those who were just being dicks. So, apologies if that night things got out of hand and I was ignoring certain cheers or whatever, you know, more than likely it was just because I was too much to handle for one guy, you know. It happens every once in a while. Floppy Donkey Sausage cheer, he says, oh my god. No, so Floppy Donkey Sausage being a negative jerk. Thanks, Floppy Donkey Sausage, for being a negative jerk. And I'm not going to read your cheer, but I am going to say thank you for the cheer. Lord Land tipped me $5 and says, hey, Phil, hope all is well. Certainly things are better now than they were recently. I can put it that way. And like I said, my attitude, move forward positively, have fun with the streams. That's the deal. Ziggy Piggy cheered. He says, after playing Persona 5, you can't use the excuse of RTS games being boring. How about trying one out on stream? I hate to say this, even though Persona 5 is repetitive, it also has a really great story, good graphics, great music, and things that can keep you occupied versus some RTS games are just boring as dirt, at least in my opinion. I did try playing a few RTS games in the past, games like StarCraft 2, as well as XCOM, neither of which were hits with my audience at all. Now, that was a long time ago. I don't know. If there is a good opportunity for me to jump into RTS games, I would love to hear it, but I haven't really heard of anything so great that people would maybe want to check it out recently anyway, so. Okay. Judicious Echoes just cheered 50 bits and says, do you think games without failure states or some form of conflict, like man versus nature, man or himself, should still be considered a game? And I guess the reason Judicious Echoes is bringing this up is because right here on the pre-stream, we were addressing walking simulators, right? We were saying, oh, a walking simulator, is it a game? Or is it just an interactive story, right? See, it's going to be a subjective answer, because some people will say, well, a game is something that challenges your skill level, right? And a walking simulator does not complete itself. You still need to walk. You still need to get from point A to point B. You need to, in some cases, let's say Gone Home. You need to open up those drawers. You need to solve some minor puzzles, right? You need to do interactivity in order to finish the game. It's not like the game plays itself, then it's a movie. Then, right? Then it's not a video game at all. It's a movie. A game implies that there's some kind of an interactive medium between the gamer and the game itself to create a gameplay experience, right? So even though a walking simulator, you might say, well, there's no challenging gameplay there, there's no way you can fail, and therefore, it's not really a game. I disagree. I think that it is a game. It's just a different art form. Much like you can have different art forms in real life. You could have a painting, you could have a song, you can have a work of art like a movie or a TV show or a performance on a stage. They're all works of art, but they're very different, right? They're very different, but they're all still art. I think that, a walking simulator, a very gruelingly challenging, high difficulty level game like Dark Souls, a first-person shooter or a fighting game, a puzzle game that you play offline by yourself, an RPG, they're all still games, and they're all works of art. They're just different forms of that same work of art that are very different from each other, okay? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for a very, very supportive pre-stream, obviously. Thank you guys very much for everything. Thank you for being here for this special pre-stream. Like I said, I really do feel like today is the first day of the future. The first day of hitting the reset button, moving forward positively, doing things in a different way. Like I said, long-form videos now on DSPGaming. And embracing change and embracing a positive future. I hope that this is the first step towards a positive future where everything goes well. I really do. We'll see, but I'm hoping for the best, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the future. I am. And by the way, I should very briefly let you guys know the schedule because I forgot to. Right now, we're playing Night in the Woods for 4 hours, continuing on the playthrough I started a year ago. So basically, the first hour and a half introductory stuff were past, and now we're going to get into the actual meat of the game, which will be good. Tonight, I'm going to finish up both Eternal Darkness and Persona 5 on stream. Eternal Darkness only has about an hour left, if that, and Persona 5 only has an hour left, if that. So tonight, we should see a double conclusion. Tomorrow will be more Night in the Woods, okay? Tomorrow night, H1Z1. The game was completely rebooted this week with new content. They're now saying the game is now not in beta anymore. It's fully released. So I'm going to be playing that tomorrow night. And then on Friday, the premiere of We Happy Few on the first stream and Madden on the second stream. That's the week schedule for now. Saturday is my day off. We'll see later in the week what people want more between We Happy Few and Madden for Sunday. That'll determine what I do on Sunday. And then next week will be a balance between We Happy Few, Madden, The Walking Dead's first episode of the final season, and then also during next week at some point is going to be the Rageathon, probably Friday of next week, the Rageathon. And at one point, I'm going to do a one major stream of Persona 3 to wrap up the game. After years and years, I'm going to finish it up here and get that done. So lots of variety of content coming in the next week. Sound good? All right. Thank you guys very much. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's get ready. Let's get started. Night in the Woods. Finally, I get to see what this game's all about. I get to see what the hell the commotion's about, why people like it, why people hate it. Supposedly an intriguing story, I hope. And, all right. Thank you guys. And let's begin.